the most tremendous new musical experience you can have.
Alright, what's up, y'all? It's Logan, and I'm here bringing y'all this review to this newest Gawvi album called Heathen. Now, for those of you who don't know who Gawvi is, which I would assume is most of you, he is a 116 member, a Reach Records member. Yes, of course, Lecrae, all of them. You know how I feel about them, love them. And he is very unique, probably the most unique artist on there. He started off as a producer. He's notable for producing Lecrae's first hit, Jesus Music. And he's produced many things throughout the years, although he didn't get his tag until around the Anomaly time, 2014, to put a year on it. And let me tell you, whenever it comes to Christian rap, Gawvi's tag is like, Gawvi, get 'em. Whenever you hear that, that's the same thing on a Christian song as hearing, say, if Young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you on a regular song, Just saying. That's the kind of tag it is. That's the kind of impact he has on a song whenever it comes to this subgenre of rap. So that being said, he got his start as a producer, but he just recently, over the past few years, got signed as an artist. He makes amazing music, of course, with great production, being that that's where he got to start from. But he goes soulful R&B with a good bit of rapping and, of course, hard hip-hop beats all throughout. But he also makes really good soulful beats. So I really enjoy his music. Again, it's very unique. He's had 2 albums come out so far leading up to this one, so this is his 3rd. And both of his other 2 have been great. They've had some hits, like really good hits. The problem with the first one was that it had its hits, but then the big songs just really didn't stand out. The second one, Panorama, it was a lot more cohesive, a lot better altogether. The hits were bigger, and then the non-hits still all throughout were good, although again, just the cohesiveness of it didn't really have it didn't have the message that I feel like I heard on this one. It didn't have I see how this song translates into the next one, into the next one, into the next one, such as I saw on this one. So I think that this is by far his most cohesive album with an amazing progression throughout. Now first, let me start off by saying my favorite songs, although I can go ahead and tell you I like every track on this album. First off, the second track, Jit, amazing Andy Mineo sample / feature, very, very hype, great booming beat, just really enjoyable way to start the album. After that, I'm going to throw out the song Sin. This is by far my new anthem. Just basically saying, just because we sin doesn't mean we won't win, doesn't mean God's going to get rid of us or anything like that. Just remember off the top of my head exactly what it says. It's like, I might have sinned, but the devil wants me to think that we won't win, but we gonna win. I really enjoy that message that he's sending there. Like, no matter what, the devil can't knock you down. You're going to keep on going. God's still there for you as long as you just come back to him. Love that. After that, we have the song Who You Gonna Be. Has a more dark, almost somber tone to it that still manages to get you hyped to a degree, but it's just basically this. When all the cards are down, when you're at your lowest, who are you going to be? Who are you going to serve? And there is an amazing Triple E feature to end off this track. I really enjoyed that. After that, probably I'm torn between Sin and I'm Fine. For my takeaway track, I'd probably go with Sin, but I'm Fine was the first song where I was like, dang, okay, he's saying something here during my first listen through. But this one is probably the most introspective track. He's just talking about how you'll lie about being fine rather than admitting that someone hurt you, and how great it can feel once you finally get it off your chest. And of course, with this one, he actually ends it in a way where you're like, oh, dang, he's actually saying that. Like, he ends this talking about how much he's felt hurt, and yet comes to the realization that the person who hurt him is a human just like himself, so they're both capable of mistakes. They just have to own up to it, apologize, and talk about it. But by the end, he actually admits that this is a letter to the church talking about how it has hurt him. So I thought that was really deep and a really good concept. I definitely recommend checking out that song. And then following that up, he has Feed the Gang, which literally starts off, it's literally the track after I'm Fine, and it starts off with a little, just just a little spoken word thing where they literally say, I like that track, it was fine and all, but it's not really my vibe. That's not word for word what it said, but that's basically the message they're sending. And then the beat drops, and this thing is just very hype and fun to listen to pick up from that somber tone. Now, if we're going to say the negatives, there are no negatives. Comparing to his previous work, I would say that it doesn't really have that takeaway like hit like you got off of Panorama with tracks like Slingshot or Fashion Joe. It doesn't really have that type of hit. But it's a fair, it's a really fair trade-off for getting this cohesive, great message project. Now, overall, I think this is an amazing album. Great blending of sounds that make up his best album so far. It's very natural progression. It's not like he just goes huge hit, somber tone, da 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 da. No, it's like nice progression, and then of course by the end you get I'm Fine, the most somber, most introspective track. But he wants to end on a positive note, so picks it back up for the last 2 or 3 tracks. Overall, like I said, very good progression, very good message. And he ends it on the last track, Center's Chaos, with a little bit like a 2-3 minute short track, and then a 5-minute discussion with all his collaborators, all the people who worked on the album. Just talk about the process of making it, all their favorite parts, how they went about doing all that. I really enjoyed that. The message of the album, I really enjoy how a lot of the times you can feel unworthy, but know that even though you mess up, even though you fall down, you won't be left down because you always have God there to pick you back up. Really enjoy that. Again, only negatives is that there's not really that banger standout takeaway track, although you could argue Jit and Feed the Gang are those. They just don't have the same carrying power of something like a Slingshot off of Panorama. But again, sacrificing that for the cohesiveness of this project is definitely worth it. Overall, I enjoy this a lot. I have plenty of takeaways both on the hype spectrum and on the sad, more introspective spectrum that I'm keeping, although I'm definitely going to be revisiting this entire project multiple times, as I have been over the past week anyways. That being said, a rating, 8 out of 10, definitely. Really enjoyed this one. Definitely going to come back to this one multiple times. And I highly recommend it to anybody. You should find something that you enjoy because, again, he has a very unique sound that spans over a huge range from soulful and R&B all the way through hard-hitting hip-hop, somber tones to hype tones. Whatever you want, you should be able to find it on this project because it is a wide range. That's all I got for y'all here. Make sure to hit the like button, comment your thoughts on this project, subscribe, hit the bell next to my name for notifications, share this video so other people can hop on. I appreciate y'all watching, and I will hit y'all up next time.